Hey everyone, welcome back. This is my review of Tokyo ESP Episode 9. Wow. I expected this series to just be, with the first 8 episodes, I expected this series to just be a generic, superhero kind of anime. I didn't expect it to actually get this dark. This isn't anywhere close to the darkest anime I've ever seen, but it's the darkest episode in the series so far, and I think it's the best episode in the series so far. I really do. Okay, this episode was actually really good. Okay? There's a few things in it that I thought was really good. Alright, first off, that fucking beating that Rinka was given by first the espers that attacked the school, and then her own schoolmates, which were being controlled by them. And the fact that so many of them, not all of them, but so many of them ended up dying. And later on in the episode, we basically learn that it's basically Rinka's fault. And the reason for that is because in the previous episodes, when she was trying to act like a hero and everything, she couldn't defend herself. And so now she's only the white girl, and they know that where she goes to school, and they attack there. Okay? So it's basically her fault. She had to suffer the consequences for acting like a hero when she couldn't even defend herself properly against them. And that's really something, my favorite part about this episode is that it really tries to underline here. Is that, even if you have powers, that doesn't mean you're a hero, And I really thought that it portrayed that very well, because Rinka feels extremely fucking guilty right now. As she should, I'm not saying she's a bad person, but she made a mistake, and now she feels guilty for it, as she should. Okay. So that was really, I feel, the underlying theme of the episode. We also got a scene with Minami and Azuma. And Minami teleported Azuma away, and she was about to cut his head off. But then she stopped and teleported him to a deserted island. Now, why she refused to cut his head off, I don't know, even though the professor told her to, because before that in the episode we learned that, supposedly she cut off all her emotions completely. She's not human anymore, is what she basically said, But the simple fact that she's allowing Azuma to live is kind of proof that she still has human emotions in her, And we also learned that that Minami's mother, who was also the professor's professor's wife, died sometime before the start of the series. And so this is why they're doing this. And this is where my complaint for the series comes in. I was really hoping that their motives for doing this would be a lot deeper than just, one individual person dying. I really hope that it still is, okay? Because it will be very disappointing and very disheartening if that's the only reason, okay? Was because, Minami's mother died. I'd understand if they feel sorrow for it and if they try to track down the ones who did kill her, but if they're attacking the entire world with their powers just simply because she died, I think that's an extremely weak motive. Okay, I really do. So I just wanted to say that right now. That was really my only major complaint about this episode, was that if it's really going to go down that route, then I'm very disappointed. Okay, but other than that, I love this episode. I really did. This is the first episode that I genuinely loved. The series has been getting better and better, but with this episode, it could go either way, because, again, it was a great episode, and it could definitely get great, but there's that one complaint that I mentioned, and if it goes down that route, it could really go to shit. So, really, I don't know what's going to happen. Okay. Oh yeah, and the discrimination is getting even worse, too, because apparently all, espers are officially labeled as criminals, and they're supposed to all be detained. Everyone's getting an esper check, but basically, I don't know what tests they would do to test someone for esper powers, and also Rinka doesn't have her powers anymore, because when she was getting the shit beat out of her, I guess the goldfish that was inside of her thought she was dead, so it exited her body. Now she doesn't even have her powers anymore. So she really got herself into a fucking mess here, didn't she? So yeah. Anyways, though, I'm definitely looking forward to episode 10 next week. Okay, I really am, because this episode I thought was really good. So anyways, overall, I hope you enjoyed this review, guys. Thanks you guys for watching. Bye-bye.